What the hell was that we just watched last night?
You're watching the Faithful Fan Talk Podcast with your host, The Noster. Featuring live takes, news updates, game reactions, with real Lakers and 49ers fans. And now, time to get right into it with your host.
Hey, everybody. Thank you for joining us today on this day after following the shit show of the Lakers just failing to get the job done in Game 5 against the Houston Rockets. You're joining me, the Noster, here on the Faithful Fan Talk Podcast. Remember to subscribe to the channel to get updates. Also like the video and comment on our videos. So let's talk about last night, shall we? Initial thoughts. Not a whole to be excited about. We have well, what can you say? The Lakers walked out of Game 5 with now a predicament in which you're going to Houston and you eventually you potentially could come back for Game 7 to have a do or die type of game. This should never have happened. You have Lakers who went in with now Austin Reeves on the full roster. Now, granted, he may not have been 100%, but you have at least some extra weapon of firepower at your disposal to try to put this team away. What we ended up with is a lethargic performance with this team, and I can't stress enough. I mean, this has been the ongoing issue with this Lakers team. You have nights where you flip the switch, and there are other nights where you just lay an egg and you just don't perform to the capabilities of your talent. Now, we had LeBron James. He did his part, but you could tell that by the end of the night, he was getting a little bit withered. His fatigue started to kick in. You can only do so much with LeBron James. Rui Hachimura, 12 points, 5 of 11 field goals, was the only one that hit decently from the 3-point range. Didn't make 2 out of 3, but other than that, you had Marcus Smart with 11 points, 3 out of 7 field goals. Turnover prone. I don't know what the deal is or was with Marcus Smart last night. And some of the passes were just ill-advised. I don't know where he was trying to pass the ball to. But Marcus Smart, obviously not playing very smart. You have Jake LaRavia, 2 points. Jackson Hayes, 0 points. Jared Vanderbilt, 2 points. Luke Kennard, who was the X factor in the first 2-3 games of the Lakers, who just went all out on his 3-pointers. 1 point, 1 stinking point, and he's a starter. So you're gonna tell me that this box score, with the amount of turnovers, with the where's the sense of urgency in this team? That's what I'm concerned about. And not only are you in a predicament where you're going into Game 6 with Houston at their house. Keep in mind, you're only going to have, from this moment on, you're only going to have 1 game of rest in between each game. Now you got to travel, got to come back, potentially for Game 7. How ironic that a LeBron-led team, and I want you to take this in and think about it. How ironic that a LeBron-led team, when he was with the Cavs and they played the Warriors in the finals, I believe it was 2016, if I'm not mistaken, the LeBron-led Cavs came back from a 3-1 deficit to win the finals, something that no other team has been able to do, and he made history in a positive way. How ironic would it be for a LeBron-led Lakers this year, 2026, 10 years later, for them to have a 3-0 commanding lead in a playoff series, and now you're now thinking, not think, well, you're in your head mentally, you're now opening up the possibility of possibly giving this series away. 3 games to 3-0, and now possibly losing the series in Game 7. Now, I'm not saying that's going to happen. Do I think they're going to win the series? Yes, but has the thought crept in? Has some doubt kicked in for some people about whether or not they could possibly lose this? You can't dispute that. You can't deny it. In our brains, it's like, what if this happens? We could possibly be the first team ever in history to blow a 3-0 series lead and lose in the first round. And you can't put all of this on JJ Redick, the coach, because the Lakers obviously have to execute. But they also have to have the mindset of, you know what, we had their backs against the wall. We got to finish them out and close them out. And obviously they didn't do that. And and I don't know what LeBron was thinking last night. I'm looking at the stats here. LeBron James was 0 for 6 from 3-point range. And with less than 30 seconds to go in the game, the Lakers were down by 4. You could have cut it to 2 and just make a quick layup or drive down the lane. What does he do? He jacks up a 3-point shot, having already been 0 for 5. How do you just jack up a 3 thinking you know we're going to cut it down to 1? Just go for the easy 2, take a quick foul, and hope that maybe they'll miss a free throw on the other end. Then if you miss one of the free throws, you have a chance to maybe potentially tie the game and send it on to overtime. But no, there's been too much of this one-on-one isolation ball happening yesterday. At no point in the game did you feel like the Lakers had any rhythm going on. You had too much one-on-one ISO coverage. There was no ball movement. There was no rhythm at all. So I have no idea. I mean, I'm not going to blame specific players in general and regarding with Austin Reeves coming back. But I mean, when you have this stat here like Luke Kennard only 1 point, I mean, you have to think. I mean, what was he thinking? Am I just going to step back and let Austin just take full command? And now that he's back, no, I mean, it was going to take some time, obviously. I mean, no player can just come back after an oblique injury and just decide, come back one game, especially in the playoffs, and just magically show up and be on fire. It's not going to happen. Obviously, there's going to be some rust right there. And with especially since it was a game time decision, you had to have your whole team ready that, knowingly Austin Reeves is back, but you got to slowly acclimate him back into the mix. Austin had in this game 22 points, which is not bad, but most of his points came off of free throws. So I mean, there was obviously you could tell that he wasn't at full strength. He wasn't at 100%. Luke Kennard shooting only let me see, what was he? 0 for 2 from 3-point land. Didn't make any of his field goals. He was 0 for 4 from field goal range. DeAndre Ayton, he had a monster game yesterday. I feel really bad for the guy. He had 18 points, and he played his ass out. But what's discouraging is that because nobody else really stepped up, his performance has just pretty much gone to waste. And it just sucks because those few games where DeAndre Ayton gives you something, you would like to have a win out of it. And it's unfortunate because now they have an L. So you have now Game 6 at Houston. What are my expectations? Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if they got, blown out in the next game. Houston's going to be ready. They have nothing to lose. They still don't have Kevin Durant. They're not going to have him back because he still has his ankle injury in Game 6. Who knows what his status will be in Game 7? They know that they are without him. They have nothing to lose. They're going to play freely. They're going to play. They're now confident. They have the motivation, and so the pressure now, I think, will be on the Lakers to respond. They have their They had their backs against the wall. Houston. What did they do? They didn't give up. So I would like to have a conversation. If anybody disagrees with my whole thought on the next game, what do you guys think? Is Houston going to come back even and more lights out and blow this team away? And are we on a Game 7 course? Or are the Lakers going to handle business and we can start talking about a potential matchup with OKC? Because I was not ready to have this conversation. I was not ready to have this type of episode today. So I was ready to talk about OKC and the matchups, but here I am ranting. And the Lakers, you know, it is what it is. I'm hoping they can make the proper adjustments. I want to hear your comments and let me know what you guys think. Are the Lakers going to prove me wrong? I would like for them to prove me wrong and get this series over with. But if they don't, we're going to be back here in the next show to talk about a potential Game 7. But we'll see. So, anyways, that's all I'm going to say for now. You guys feel free to comment on my video and subscribe to the channel. And until then, I'll talk to you guys on the next show.